everybody, my name is Tinokin and welcome back to ZAWA. And I've got good news for you guys, really good news. Nothing bad or unexpected happened, so this episode can indeed go forward as a building episode as planned. So what we will be tackling today is this area. I have not really shown this on video before, I think only in the background. This is some basic layout that I did a while ago for how I want this mountain to look with like a winding path, and then where I have the dark oak mulch, this is where the buildings are going to go, and this is going to be our breeding facility. But first I want to say a few words about our sponsor. No, I'm just kidding. I want to say a few words about my inspiration for this place. That's a big rhymer in the background. Here, that's better. So there's this place in Greece called Meteora, and I've never been there, but I would really like to go, and it looks so cool in the pictures. So basically the entire area has like these huge stone spires, and I took some inspiration for that for the entire zoo, for like the rock formations that I have here. And what they have on top of these stone spires is some ancient monasteries, and it looks so incredibly cool. And so I took some inspiration from those monasteries for the buildings that are going to go on this mountain and that we're going to have our breeding facilities in. So that's going to be a former monastery. That's basically the background or the lore behind all of this. And I did spend a lot of time in creative to figure out how exactly I want to build this. I mean, I did start this actually here in survival, the layout of the path and stuff, but it took a long time, and yeah, doing this in survival made it even tougher. And so I decided to go ahead in creative just to make sure that in the end everything fits and I don't realize that I don't actually have enough space for the buildings, or that there's not enough space inside to actually do breeding in there. Because I do sometimes have a tendency of building things too small because I kind of think from the outside in and kind of consider the inside last, which is if you want to have something specific inside a building and you need room for it, that's not the right way to do it. So I have my schematic ready. I have these 3 backpacks where I hope I have all the materials in there that I'm going to need. Unfortunately, the Lightmatica mod can work with the backpacks. If I had shulkers, it could look inside the shulkers and tell me if I have all the necessary materials, but since I'm using backpacks, it can't. But I tried my best to count all the materials out and get them in here. So I think even though it's kind of early in the episode, I'm just going to jump into a time-lapse right away and get the entire thing built, because after that we can do some decorating and maybe even some breeding already, and I'm really keen to get to that. And yeah, don't worry, I am quite aware of the fact that this is episode 11 already, and we have a whopping 1, 2, 3, and 4 exhibits so far. So I've spent less than half of my episodes so far on building exhibits, but I think once we have the breeding facility going, and this is really something that I want to get going as soon as possible because breeding takes a lot of time, I think after that, there's nothing standing in our way for us to just build exhibit after awesome exhibit. Anyway, time lapse, let's go! So that took me hours to build, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. Seriously, I think it looks so cute. We need to do some decorating, of course, like it's still missing all the plants and everything, but I'm so happy with the terrain and with the little houses. And let me show you the inside. Let's start down here with the very first house. So it's got a serious case of bigger on the inside, as you can see. And I built two, what should we call these? Like animal breeding cells, mini habitats for breeding. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know a good word for this. I don't really want to call them cells. That sounds like a prison. Let's go with breeding rooms for now. So we've got this door, and of course I'm planning to exchange the floors generally for something that would be suitable to the kind of animal that we're breeding. And we also always have this hole up here so that I can use an ender pearl to go in and out, because I think sometimes with the door we run the risk of the animals getting out. Yeah, so we've got these two here, and let's try out how well this works. I've been thinking maybe I should have rather made like a hole in the ground, which enables us to kind of stand above the animals and not touch them directly. I'm not sure. I guess it also depends on the kind of animal, whether it's an aggressive animal, if it's a flying or climbing animal. So these houses are connected, and up here we have another big one. So these are the breeding rooms for, I would say, fairly big animals. Maybe not the elephants, but I guess bigger animals would work in here. And then from here we can go another level, and we have this big house here. And this one is not bigger on the inside because that wall is actually exposed back there. But we do have some smaller animal breeding rooms. This one is really small. Maybe I'm gonna change all of this, because yeah, this is I think this may be a bit too small actually. But up here we have 3 more. I think these are decent sized for smaller animals. And we also have the space over here. I still need to think about what I want to do with that, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Over here we have some space, and I wanted to create a little garden here, like some place where the monks used to grow their food, and now we can grow some special organic food for the animals, because I think some of the things that we need for breeding take some quite specialized ingredients. I really need to take this thing down. I left it up because, to be honest, I really like it. I really like these kinds of things. But then when I was processing the time lapse, I caught myself really wishing I had taken it down before that, because that would have made making the time lapse easier. So I think I should get on with that. Sorry, Grimer, but it had a good run. Okay, guys, I'm gonna need a game plan, because there are a lot of things that I want to do, and I'm not sure if I can fit them all in this episode. So I want to do exterior decorating. I also want to do some interior decorating, including also adding some things that I definitely need in there, like we're going to need lots of storage for, I guess, the animals themselves, but also the things that the animals need, the kind of food, the breeding items. They're going to need food bowls and water bowls and enrichment items, those kind of things. But one thing we definitely also need in there is a way to make splash potions of healing, because we really need that stuff to be able to heal the animals if anything happens to them, if they get damaged somehow or start taking damage because they're missing something. And then, like I said, I also want to make the garden area, which I guess is kind of part of the exterior decorating, but also a bit of a separate item. But then finally, I also want to get started with breeding some animals. Let's do it. I'm excited. And I actually think that it would be a good idea to start that right away, because it involves a lot of waiting and just being near the animals so that the area is loaded and waiting for their pregnancies to pass and the breeding countdown and all that stuff. So I think let's get that started, and then in the meantime I can work on the decorating. So first order of business is definitely checking what kind of animals we have that we could breed. All right, let's see. So I found these hamsters, and I think I definitely want to breed more of them. Although now that I think of it, aren't hamsters pretty solitary animals? So I probably wouldn't put too many of them into a single exhibit. But never mind. I think it's fine. I found those squirrel monkeys, and it's actually a breeding pair, and I think not many people have those yet. So those definitely go on the breeding list. I found a male fennec to go with our female fennec foxes, so I think I will breed those. I found many servals, so I don't think I will need to breed those. I would love to breed those little cats, the Margay and the Pallas cat, but alas, I only have one single Pallas cat. So if anyone has a male of those, I would love to take on the breeding of those. Dear server mates, if one of you has one left over, let me know. I'm gonna check the animal data book because that is going to tell me what kind of kibble I need for them to tame them and what the breeding items are. So for example, the fennec fox. Small meat, oh dear, I'm not even sure if I have much of that. I'm gonna need to check that, but omnivore kibble should be possible to get. Squirrel monkey needs omnivore kibble and likes cocoa beans. That's fairly easy. Also omnivore kibble, and we need melon seeds. That's even easier. So the omnivore kibble requires medium meat to craft, and luckily I just found out that you can use pork chops to craft medium meat because I was about to do some unspeakable things. Easy peasy. I've changed the layout of this room here a little bit. I've added another breeding room because there was just like this huge awkward empty space here that I didn't know what to do with. And I've prepared this one for the fennec foxes. So this entire thing is going to be a real like learning by doing experience because I've never done this before and I really don't know what I'm doing. But I put down a food bowl with some small meat. I think I can only check what they're eating once I've actually released them because the animal data book shows different things if you like right click on an animal or just choose the page for a specific animal. And we've got a water bowl. Anyway, let's release the animals in here and try to tame them. Oh, you're still tranquilized, of course. All right, let's see. Okay, I think he's tame, or she. So this is one of the females. You are healthy. Wow, you really don't have a lot of health, huh? Favorite food, small meat. Diet, omnivore. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff that I can feed you. That's actually really useful. That I don't just have to feed you meat. Yeah, that's great. Oh, eggs. Oh, wait. Oh, those are just the ZAWA eggs. Because I do have a ton of eggs, just not those ones. All right, I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, you are also tame, and oh, you're still a baby. Or are you the... Is this the male? No, this is also a female. And it's also tame. All right, so I will start my first breeding attempt with you two then. So I just give you the small meat. Oh, that's looking good. That's looking good. Ah, I see some hearts. Okay, this female is pregnant. Wow, that went so fast. That is really exciting. As soon as this baby... Oh, you are so fast. Zooming around. As soon as this baby has grown up, I think we can also try breeding this one with the male. Oh, I really hope that I haven't messed up and there's nothing in here that they can take damage from. So now I just need to check up on them regularly, see if they are eating, if they are drinking. Oh wait, you guys need enrichment, right? What kind of enrichment do you need? A ball pit? And a scented ball. I didn't know there was a ball pit in this game. It's gotta be a new item. Alright, let me get you guys a ball pit. I don't think those static items work at the moment. Ball pit it is. Well, I just realized that the ball pit was probably also a static item, so I made a scented ball instead. Ah, look at them! Wait, where did it... Did it break already? Wow, that's gonna be tough, but did your enrichment go up? It didn't even go up? Okay, these two now have good enrichment. Oh, you guys are really killing these things. I'm just gonna put put a few of them in here. And then I'm gonna need to go to Grants to get more wool to craft these. All of these balls are just gonna leg out the server, guys. You need to be more careful. Okay, next I've got this place for the squirrel monkeys. I hope they can't climb out this way, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, number 1. I love these little guys. So you're the female? And yeah, you eat the same stuff pretty much as the fennec foxes. And as enrichment, you need... I've got branches, but I'm pretty sure that they don't work. Puzzle feeder also won't work, so I'm gonna need to make a pineapple piñata for you. How do I even do that? Okay, it's a bit of a complicated recipe, but the stuff is not too hard to procure. Okay, so this one likes me. Let's get out the other one. And you like me as well. And so that is the male. And what was the breeding item again? I think it was the cocoa beans, wasn't it? Looks good. Alright, I'm gonna get you guys a piñata real soon. But I was starting to think maybe I actually need to lock in the males again after the breeding process is done. And just keep out the females because, well, at the tempo... Look, these guys already destroyed all of their balls again, so we can't have that. But the other one grew up. Which one is the pregnant one? This one. So we should be able to breed those two now. But you're missing enrichment. This is gonna be tough. Okay. Oh no, I think it didn't work. And I've run out of scented balls. I'm gonna try to make the ball pit. Maybe it will work, but I fear that it won't. Here's your ball pit, guys. What do you think? I don't feel like the enrichment is going up. What about you guys? Yeah, your enrichment is going down as well because you don't like the branches, I'm guessing. Here's your piñata. Wait, let me guess. The piñatas are static items as well? Or are they going to break? Don't look at me like that, you guys. Go play. Yeah? No, your enrichment is not going up, right? Well, this entire thing is turning out tougher than I thought. And here I thought I could just do some nice interior and exterior decorating while those animals are breeding, and instead I'm just running around, going crazy and trying to get them their enrichment that they need. I feel like breeding animals is actually a full-time job. 3 babies! Wow, that was so fast. Oh my god, look at them! Look at you guys! So many babies! And that even though I didn't get the enrichment up. We've got a male, and the little bright one. 3 males. Okay, I thought that males are rarer than females for the fennec foxes. There's one more thing that I can try. Or told me that you can also get enrichment up by hand feeding and giving water to animals. So basically I just need to wait for their hunger and thirst to go down a little bit. I took their food and water away. And then when I hand feed them and give them water, their enrichment is going to go up. That's also very involved, but at least I'm not going to lose as many materials as I did. Okay, let me try with you. You are thirsty? And now? Oh yes, both went up. That's perfect. You are not thirsty yet. I'm gonna come and take care of you soon. Okay, can we breed again? Oh yes, we've got another pregnant fennec fox. And I think I should probably scoop up the babies and keep them safe, even though it feels so mean to take the babies away from the mom. Oh, we have another baby. I was just preparing the breeding room for the hamsters, but let's look at our new baby. So that must be the squirrel monkey because it hasn't been enough time for the fennec foxes to give birth. Look at that. It's a little baby monkey. I mean, I always say that, but they're just so adorable. Can I get a good look at you? Hi. Hello, baby. And finally, I've prepared a room for the hamsters. Let's get you guys. Hello. You're a chubby little fella. And you took a lot of my kibble. right. We have 2 females and 1 male. So I'm gonna try to breed 2 of them, and then I think there's a cooldown of like 5 minutes for the male, and then we can try breeding the other ones. And you wanted melon seeds, right? Ah, you like those. Very nice. You're doing a very good job. Oh, I need to put some food down for you. Oh, this scrolls down. They also eat goose eggs. That's perfect because I've got a ton of that raw beef. Yeah. Now we're talking. Now things are getting easy. Potatoes. Yeah, none of these complicated stuff like spiders and things. Now let's take a look at what we can do with the garden. And I realized I haven't really left any space to make a path in that direction. I need to add this part later, but over here we can just do the normal Minecraft path. So what do we want to do? I definitely need just like some plain fields with crops, I guess. And then I have a few special items. So one of the things I want to plant is this prickly pear cactus, and I think it can only go on sand. So I could just put some sand here on the edge of the building because I think those would look pretty good just growing directly in front of this building. Like this. Yeah, that's cool, and it kind of makes sense since they need a lot of heat. They like being directly next to the building, which will soak up all the heat and then retain it throughout the night. And that's the kind of microclimate that this cactus really loves. I also want to plant some sweet berries, and I'm wondering, can this go here on the stone? Do they grow here? That would be really cool because then, I mean, it makes it a little bit dangerous to harvest them, I guess. We need to just be very careful, but we can plant a couple of bushes here, I guess. I think that would probably look really nice. So I also have these eucalyptus trees, which maybe we can use those as a hedge towards the back, maybe. And I have some jungle logs because I also want to grow some cocoa beans. And I guess that's going to look a little bit weird. Maybe I should also put this up to the wall of the building to make it stand out a little bit less. I guess maybe this cactus has to go. And I can put it here instead. Yeah, I think that's good. And this makes it a little bit easier to decide where the paths are going to go. I'm wondering if I'm going to need a fence around this. It kind of looks like you can just walk off, which you can. But on the other hand, a fence would take away a lot of space, and I already don't have that much space here, to be honest. Our hamster gave birth to 5 babies. That's a lot of babies. There's so many of them. Look at our proud mama with all her babies. Yeah, you did such a good job. I think I need an entire exhibit just for mom and her babies. And they can all run around in there and stay babies forever. So let me catch them before they grow up. Now I guess the other 2 should be ready for breeding. Yeah, make some more babies for me. Oh, and we have more babies. Hello, baby. Oh, this is another light-colored one. I was wondering if they're rare, but maybe they aren't. We should probably be able to breed this little one with the other mom because they are not related, and then we can get more of those leucistic fennec foxes. But look how lovely the garden looks. I really like this. It's, of course, not super practical because I kind of mixed up all the things that I wanted to grow here. But this is mainly for looking pretty. Except for those things. And I've planted a couple more of them in other places as well, like up there. But for the other stuff, I have a way better farm underneath my base. So I don't really need to grow potatoes here. I'm just doing it so it looks pretty. The cactus and the eucalyptus, though, I think I'm gonna need those here. That's going to be useful having them around. So what I need to do now is decorate the rest of this rock. And Yeah, put some grass down and some flowers, all that kind of stuff, you know the drill. But I think that's going to be all for this episode, so I'm going to say goodbye to you now and then play you out with that nice time lapse. And if you stay for all of it until the end of the episode, you are my favorite person in the world. Anyway, enjoy this time lapse. I hope to see you in the next episode, and goodbye!